Viewer discretion is advised.
Cuba, the lovely Sherry, it's Man Squatch, Jill Powers, the River Daughter, the immortal Ghost Rider. Roll Tide, Keely Chow, roll tide, my brother. The longest posse. Happy New Year, brother. It's time to wake the neighbors' voice with Southern Viking. The lady, the queen of sausages, Arwen Avalon. Hey! It's a whole lot of cotton with the Cotton Mysteries. He is the Mad Doctor of Valhalla. A dagger of law. The wrench of wrenches, Chris Persia. Real Wade Nation Gaming. The DJ of DJs, DJ Ronnie D. Project Patriot. Greetings program to Daryl the Derelict. Juliet. Showback TJC, the Muppet from another puppet. Good morning, Valhalla. We've got Psychodorp 9. What is up, my friend? Good morning. How are you doing? What is up, Puddle Jumper? Good morning. K Roberts is here. Good morning, K Roberts. Claude Sailing. What is up, Claude? Good to see you, brother. Is here. Hello, what is up? What is up? Who else do we got? Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anybody. Zero's just sitting there like sipping his tea.
We're just chilling out here today. That's what we're doing. So here we go.
Are you ready? Are you ready for New Year's?
Including today, Zero will be working all week, including New Year's Eve. I'm off New Year's Day, but I am working New Year's Eve, so it's gonna pass by just like any other night. Hell, I think last year, New Year's Eve, I think I slept right through it. I don't know. So what about you? What do you guys got going on over down south in Texas land?
Down south in Texas. Well, we got to say hi to me and my monkey. That's what we got to do. We got to say hi to Justice Dapalina, and Gesture of Sin is also over on the Rumble. What is up, guys? Good morning. Enjoy the Rumble presentation of Mornings of Mischief. We've got Mephisto's movie review here. What is up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't. I'm sure we're going to hang out and have some good food and
some stuff and things and ring in. Ring in 2025 the way y'all know how to do it. Will you flash forward a bit? Will you be doing a pre-New Year's Eve stream or a New Year's Eve stream or anything particular on that day?
I'll be doing Taco Tuesday. I don't know what else everybody's got planned, but I will be doing Taco Tuesday. I got to talk to Pops because I think we're going to have somebody over, and I don't know if I'll be able to do Pops's I got to figure that out today and let them know. My
So
coffee is fogging up my glasses. That's
so
just
much
right.
excitement.
Different pair of glasses than I normally have.
Whoa, my tea does that all the time. Yeah, we're on tea now. Zero finishes. We we finished the coffee about about roughly half an hour ago. So we're on to the tea now. Yeah, in case you couldn't tell, Zero is not feeling the greatest this morning because as of about 12 hours ago, it was piss pouring rain, and then it started to switch to snow, and now it's kind of been doing both. So the weather is just absolutely all over the place, but we're here and we're ready to kick off the final week of 2024.
Vic, what is up? He's over on Rumble. Says hello, hail, fellow Rumble ranchers and all the heroes in the great halls of Valhalla. Hail to you, Victor Fontaine. What is up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. We're gonna. So we've got a. This isn't a normal 0 hour this morning. It's a little different because I saw people like implode over the weekend, and even before the weekend started, they were going crazy. Legacy media was going out of its way to try and be like, MAGA's melting down. Everything's ruined. They're gonna ruin the world, and they're gonna do this and they're gonna do that. See, we told you all this, blah 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 blah. Right? And I've just gotta say, why is anyone still listening to the legacy media? They have lied to you for the past forever. They're not concerned about the truth. They openly declared war. You just got that the other day from the head of CNN, where he said, no, we absolutely went after him. It didn't matter what these other people were doing. All that mattered was this one orange guy that we wanted to get rid of, that we wanted to make look terrible, that we wanted everybody to hate because we hate him and we want to get rid of him. And we never wanted him back in office ever again. So we did everything possible to push up this weak idiot that let everybody make the decisions for him, Biden.
Sleepy Joe, hello.
Kathleen Kamala. And then you've got this other side that we're going to absolutely positively go after constantly. Do not be surprised when you see this. And I've got a question I've got to ask you. Since apparently, according to Juicy Trudy, which is what I'm going to call him from now on, Juicy, because he reminds me of Juicy Smollett, the Frenchman, the famous Frenchman.
That's going to be a tough image to get rid of.
Juicy Trudy has come out and said, y'all are going to forget about all the wonderful things we accomplished, and you're going to get rid of all that if you get rid of me. Let me ask you something. How are Tim Hortons doing? I mean, Tim Hortons were like, it was like, let's go to Canada, eh? And we'll go buy Tim Hortons and get some donuts, eh? And we'll have a good time, eh? Now it's like, I wouldn't go in there if someone paid me.
Do y'all remember, for those of you that made let's take a trip down memory lane, because I don't know what the Tim Hortons are like down your way, down in the good old US of A. But I remember, you ask any Canadian or anybody that enjoyed going into a coffee shop like Dunkin' Donuts or, whatever you guys have down there. You go in and you smell everything. You smell the donuts. You smell the coffee, everything getting baked right then and there. And it was an adventure. Yeah. It was an adventure. Like, what am I going to get today? I'm going to get a coffee. Oh, do I get a Bear Claw? Do I get a double chocolate? Do I get a Boston cream? And now...
Yeah, Shipley's. We've got Shipley's. We've got all kinds of... Yeah. And absolutely. And Krispy Kreme used to be great until the Loki's took over and ruined it. So...
Yeah. And now you go in there, if you even still go in there, I don't know why you'd waste your time. Now everything is, pre-baked, frozen, always fresh, always Tim Hortons. Yeah, that need not apply anymore. That went out the window.
How did that happen?
Well, we had some lovely business people come in. I remember when the only thing you could feed what you could eat at Timmy's was coffee, donuts, and coffee cake. Yeah, there was a time like that. And now we got this exorbitant, ridiculously confusing menu of just whatever. But now you had someone who made the great idea to get rid of all that crap that was good 20, 30 years ago, hell, 60 years ago, bring in all these new business, conglomerates to buy everything out. And then, for lack of a better phrase, hire the wrong people to work there when it takes you 15 minutes at a friggin' drive-through to get your coffee because you have to tell them the goddamn order 6 times before you pull up to the window.
Why?
Cheap labor.
Cheap labor.
The wrong kind of cheap labor.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
I know.
The reason why Tim Hortons sucks now is because they hired a whole bunch of cheap labor. Now, are we talking about like cheap labor on the like teens? Is it a whole bunch of teens? I need you and yeah, I need you to do it. I need you to be specific here when you say cheap labor. I need to know what exactly you're talking about because according to, Trudeau, you guys have made so many improvements to Canada that if you get rid of him, then Canada will no longer be the greatest country in the world, because right now Canada is so great that it's the best, it's the very best, and it's never going to change because it is so great. Yeah. Okay, so explain to me.
I love how you went half Scottish there. You sound like a newfie, Where's me sneakers and shit?
Where's me sneakers, Okay, foreigners. Joe Power says foreigners, illegal immigrants.
So, because I know this is a very sensitive issue for some.
Just say it. Fuck it.
It's a sensitive issue here. Well, that's the funny thing, Loki, because here in Canada, we can't say whatever we want. We can all be thinking it, but we can't be saying it. Okay, yeah, Cotton Ministry.
Why can't you say it?
Now here's the problem. Well, I'll get to that. Because there are some that I work with directly, and they are amazing people. They are respectful. They're polite. I get along great with them. But the problem is when the man up top, who is on week 2 or 3 of his 6-week vacation right now, opens the floodgates years ago to this huge ass temporary foreign worker program and bring in 4 to 4.5, 4.6 million of them for temporary work to fill the gaps. The problems that arose were those doors never closed. And now we have all these people. I'm going to sound horribly racist. I'm sorry. This is not a racist opinion. This is a economical opinion.
No, this is the way it works.
This is how it is. So when we have all our jobs disappearing or taken over by people that are suddenly coming in fact, I work with a foreigner directly who was here on a work visa and said a friend of his who is also a foreigner has no job, not going to school, and our government, this is true, this is what he told me, our government is giving him $3,000 a month and a house to live in while he stays here. How many of you out there work and earn $3,000 a month and you don't have to pay for shit? Can you tell me what kind of country is going to economically survive like that? You want to talk about progression and everything we're going to be giving up when we vote this Rudy Poo candy ass's ass out of office? Progression? Are you kidding me? Tell us, Trudy. Tell us why we're 40 million friggin' dollars in debt. Or are we up to 40 billion right now? Who knows? Because all we've done is watch you wipe away your tears with our hard-earned cash. Tell me what we'll be giving up. I don't understand it. No, Daryl, don't move here, Daryl, because you can't afford anything in Canada. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm sure you can, considering the Canadian dollar's like a peso now. in Mexico.
Our-
Loki
our
brought me
dogs.
into YouTube on an H-1B visa as a co-host.
Yeah.
I did. Don't let him fool you. Why? Because he's got talent. Why? Because he works hard. Why? Because he kicks ass. Here is the deal. And this is what none of them seem to understand with this entire implosion of the Trump train that they're saying is happening. If you bust your ass and you work hard, please come to America and bust your ass and work hard, become a damn millionaire, and go as high as you can go. Okay? If we had people that wanted to work, that wanted to bust their ass, that wanted to live the American dream, I have absolutely no problem with you coming here and busting your ass and working and doing what you can do to make your dream possible. I do, however, have a problem with someone coming here and sitting on their fucking ass doing nothing and getting $10,000 a month from the United States government for it. I am sick and tired of hearing the same exact story. Oh, they came here, they get put up at a motel, they trade that motel for like a cardboard box out back so they can get a vehicle, or they can get this, or they can go and do this. They are continued to be paid and taken care of. You bitch, you can't take care of shit now. Democrats, you cannot take care of the people that are starving and homeless now. And you want to take more people. Not only that, but you want to take people that are killers, that are rapists. Yeah, I said it. That do all this shit. Arsonists, people burning people alive on trains. And this is what you expect people to just be like, oh, you're helping so many people. For the last 4 years, we have had a guy that is supposed to be the most powerful man in the world not do his job and hand everything off to other people to sign his name and make the decisions. That is what we've had for 4 years. And you wonder why people turned around and were like, no, no more of this. We're not doing this. You could ask him, Mr. President, why did you do blah, 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 blah? And he'd be like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Quit talking about my boy. Know what he was talking about, your boy, you old senile bastard? They were talking about this decision you made. Oh, I didn't, did I sign? It's not that he forgot. It's not that he's so senile that he fucking forgot. It's that someone else signed the paperwork for him and he can't throw anybody else under the bus. Guess what? We have been led by a committee of Karens for the last 4 years. That is what we have been led by. HOA Karens that want boys beating the shit out of your daughters in restrooms, that want boys doing other things to your daughters in restrooms. Hell, a girl can't even go and play a volleyball game with other girls now. They got to have a dangler involved. They got to, and it's just so funny. We'll have a great team once we get that dangler on board. And I'm just, this is the legacy media that you are trusting to tell you that Trump bad, everybody else good. And nobody's figured that out yet. You know how many times I looked out that I opened Twitter and I was just like, this weekend, because that's all anybody wanted to talk about. The meltdown between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. And I'm like, nobody's having a meltdown. Stop. Why have you not learned? It's like going to a Disney movie thinking you're going to see something inspiring about family. We all know better. They don't do that anymore. They don't operate that anymore. Everything is about bullshit.
Well, that's what makes the world go around. Logan's Biden impression sounds like
I'm the ruthless, scootin'est, gunslingingest president that never pulled his gun because it would go limp if he did.
No, Oh crap! Great horny toads. You know what I think is funny. I mean, I mean, meltdowns on the X or Twitter or Twix, whatever you want to call it. Civil War this, MAGA this. Far left that. It's like, oh my god, and for ever since this whole thing was even preconceived, when we knew elections were coming up, it was all just. It's like, oh well, Trump's going to get sworn in. You all deserve what you get. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Yeah. You know what? Oh my God. Just shut up. Just shut up. I mean, what kind of a world do we live in where we got people in our own country who are coming in off visas? Some of them not even coming in off visas, and they're rioting in the streets, setting fire to shit, burning flags, doing all this kind of crap. And we got a guy sitting at home saying, "Huh, well, can't really do anything because we don't want to piss anybody off. I mean, immigration is what makes Canada great." Do you know who the fuck you are? What is your job? Give our people the authority to take our streets back and make them safe again. Tell me why we got tent cities all over the place, why we got public drug use in our streets, in our parks, next to where children go to school. What's his plan? Well, we'll start establishing safe injection places where people can go and do that. And safe injection places? Are you fucking bullshitting me right now?
I want to get ready because that's about to shoot back up again. If anybody's been paying attention.
Why are you enabling this shit to happen in public in the first place? We got a methadone clinic downtown. What do? Grab people off the street, throw them in there, get them clean for a night, and throw them right back out on the street.
That's right.
What kind of world is this? Far left, right, far left, that MAGA meltdown.
We would rather take care of other people from other countries than take care of our own people that are here, that are sick, that are homeless, that are living on the street. That's the way it is. And you wonder why shit's happening the way it's happening. We would rather house and clothe and feed immigrants from other countries than take care of our own veterans that are living on the street.
Yep.
That is the way of things.
Yep. Nail on the head right there. You got people who, for the longest time, have not put the country first. And the moment you get someone who decides to put the country first, you go, well, we're going to tariff this, we're going to tax that. And now everybody up in Canada is saying, okay, well, how are we going to work with that? What are we going to do? Then we got premiers and mayors and everybody saying, we're not going to take that shit. No, completely wrong attitude. You need to figure out how to work with people that want to put their country first. Our countries have not been put first for years. That's why we're shipping money overseas, why we're sending all of our weapons overseas to wars we're not even fighting in, because we're all about peace. We're polite. We support other people. You know what? Take care of yourselves. Take care of your country. And if you have the authority, take your country back. I got no problem with people coming in from wherever they want to come from. This is not a racist show. I am not a racist guy. I have no problem with immigration. If they want to come in here and work like the rest of us and contribute to the country and do exactly what needs to be done to make the country great. What I got a problem is the people that come in, and they could be from East India. They could be from Germany. They could be from Pakistan. They could be from anywhere in the world. They come in and they exploit the system, because what's going to happen in 2025? We're going to theoretically say goodbye to 4.6 million temporary foreign workers. Theoretically. Do you know why I say theoretically? Because no one's going to monitor the shit when it's time for them to pack up and go home.
Nope. No one cares.
Again, no offense. This is not a racist rant. This is a economical country problem rant. You could be white, black, African, anything. It doesn't matter.
Do you think this has everything to do with optics and nothing to do with actually giving a shit? Because, I mean, it's just like, hey, come over here and just live off the system. Who would agree to that? Who would agree to that? Barring someone's children, who this often happens to. Hey, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna do. Can I come back? Can I live? Which I never did. I was like, I'm not going back. But I saw a bunch of people do it when I was growing up. I saw a bunch of early early, like just got out of the house, go back and live it with mommy and daddy because they couldn't buy the TV they wanted, or they couldn't do this, or they couldn't do that. So they live rent free, or they live with very little rent just so they could get what they want. I had a buddy put $80,000 into a Mustang. This is when, I mean, I was like in my 20s. $80,000 in a Mustang, didn't declare bankruptcy and sit at his parents' house for a year not paying anything, living off of them because he blew out all his credit cards and then declared bankruptcy and no one would give him a place to live. 4.5 million, that's more than 10% of your population.
And that's how many we brought in for temporary work, you know? So this was going back, what, like 20 some odd years ago when you could take 80,000 and stretch that a long way. Like, holy crap. So if you think he pumped $80,000 into this car, how much would that son of a bitch be worth now?
Oh yeah. Well, it was a 5.0 Mustang. So it wasn't like it was like, oh my God.
They're still badass.
He just wanted the fastest 5.0 in town. And he had it. Do you know how he kept it? He sold it to his dad for $1. He sold it to his dad for $1, turned the title over into his name. And then when he declared bankruptcy, they couldn't take the car because he sold it to his dad for $1. So it no longer belonged to him. So that 80 grand he put in the car that he maxed out all his credit cards with and then declared bankruptcy, they couldn't take all that back and sell it to try and get some of the money back because he wiggled his way around it. They changed bankruptcy law to prevent people from doing shit like that back then. MAGA Draws with $5 super chat. Says, good morning, my brothers. Last morning show of this year, right after your show. We will send everybody over to Machini's after this show is over. Make sure you check him out. He's been doing good lately. He's been doing good. I've been keeping an eye on you, Mac. You've been doing real good. Thank you for your $5 super chat. This one is just for you. Where is it? Where is it? Let's kick some ass with Machini this morning. Go! Let me say good morning to a couple people I see in chat. Jules25, what is up, brother? Good morning. We've got Master Craftsman, Andy Masterson in the chat. What is up, brother? Good morning. Good to see you. We got Memes of Destruction. We've got Grim. What is up, Grim? And we've got the little penguin Sheriff Punk Waddle. What is going on, brother? Good to see you from the Cotton Connection.
Thanks a lot, Punk. You're the reason we couldn't play Mario Kart this weekend. Anyway, but I do need to clarify this because again, I'm in Canada. We don't have our own constitution. We can't say whatever we want. Ladies and gentlemen, I swear to you, I am not a racist person. Anything I say has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with color. It has nothing to do with who you are or where you come from. It is what you bring to the country, whether you want to contribute or exploit it. Because the biggest problem I have with this country is a shrimpy little white fuck who's on a 6-week vacation right now who doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to this country. He knows exactly what he's doing when he puts himself first, because that's all he's ever wanted to do was put himself first. That's why he'll never step down on his own accord, because he still believes he's the best person for the job. When you get into that defensive childlike attitude, like, oh, you're all going to miss me when I'm gone. Yeah, no, we're not. No, we're not. If my biggest problem with the country is a friggin' white guy, what does that tell you?
Does anybody in chat have any problem with someone coming over, working their ass off, and becoming a part of your country legally?
The American dream.
I want to move to Canada. I'm going to take my money, I'm going to take my skill set, and I'm going to incorporate that into living in Canada. Would anybody have a problem with that?
No.
I'm not going to live on the Canadian government. I'm not going to live on the Canadian dime. You see, there's something you've got to do here when you move here from another country. At least when you normally move here from another country. Let's say you're in Britain and you want to move here and you want to become a part of this country. Number one, you have to prove that you can financially take care of yourself in this country. Number two, you have to prove that you can take care of yourself medically. That means money. That means you've got to get insurance. There's all kinds of stuff you have to do. You have to take a citizenship test. You have to know your American history. This takes years.
Yep.
This takes years to do. It's not like, okay, I'm here, I've got my money, let me sign the thing and go in. And that's exactly what's been going on. Minus the money is they've been busing them, airbusing them over and just, okay, well, you're here, sign this, you're take this phone and you're in. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything else. Just take this phone and sign this piece of paper and you're in. And then they go, well, we can't find any of these people. Well, why can't you find them? Well, we gave them phones. That's how we were going to keep track of them. Do you really think those people still have those phones? Do you really think any of them still have those phones or are going to answer those phones? How about the kids? Oh, well, no. We did this to keep them out of lockup. You mean that you let 400,000 children loose in the United States and you don't know where they are? And the media won't tell you any of this. The legacy media isn't going to talk to you about any of this. They're not going to let you know any of this. Cotton's like, no, we're full, bitch. Go somewhere else. I'm to that point.
Yep. We've been saying that here for years.
Like, dude, we've got enough. We gotta get our own shit straight before we can do any more of this. But no, it's like, oh well, we're gonna extend this program and we're gonna hand out this program, and it's gonna cost y'all trillions of dollars. But don't you worry about that. We'll take care of that one day. Bullshit. Absolute total bullshit. We are paying for all of this. Canada is paying for all of that. You basically paid for the absolute pissing of Tim Hortons and any other business where they're just like, we just don't give a shit, and we're going to give you the minimum effort possible. 40%. Let me get this out real quick. I see your super chat, MB Geek, and I'll get to it in a minute. 40% of Gen Zers feel that anything over 25 hours in a work week is too much. 40% of Gen Z in the United States of America believes that anything over 25 hours of work a week is too much. They should not have to work 5 days a week. It's too much. It doesn't give them enough time to fuck off and jerk off over the internet. 60% say their current job is too stressful to handle. You know, when my first kid was on its way, I was working 60 hours a week at a job that was physically exhausting. Okay, I was out in the heat all day. I was rolling bottles on a metal deck all day in the sun. I got to get AC every once in a while, but the majority of the job was rolling oxygen, acetylene, argon, mixed gas bottles off of the metal deck of a flatbed truck on my own, 60 hours a week. I was also going to college in a class load and a half. What does that mean, Loki? That means I was a full-time student and I took more classes because I wanted to get done faster. And I had a new kid. So, baby at home, more than full-time school, more than full-time job. I don't know how many nights I didn't even get 4 hours of sleep, and I just rolled with it. Why? Because I had to. I wanted to improve my life. I wanted to make my life better. And you're telling me that this 20-year-old twat can't work more than 25 hours. 40% of them can't work more than 25 hours a week. And 60% say that's too stressful.
Let's get them to switch places for a week. See how that works out. Maybe
that was you. And that was you old fogies. And yeah, we had real jobs. And Big Geeks, Bar and Girl with the $10 super chat. Saw the new December 25th song for Snow White. I with everyone else. The only way this movie works is the evil queen gets the prince. That is the world we live in, everyone. Welcome to the crazy train. Fuck Disney and screw whatever it is they are smoking. Get rid of all that crap. And yeah, screw Disney, screw Snow White, screw everything that they've come out with. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care. It's a wonderful world of pedos.
Yeah,
over there at the wonderful world of Disney. That's what they get. This one's just for you. MB Geeks, go!
Long live the fighters!
Boom! Victor Montaigne says, "Not my Gen Z daughter. She will take all the overtime she can get. She likes that time and a half cash." Yeah, that's what I love too. I want to tell you what, that's what carried me through college and having a kid and trying to do all that at once was that 20 hours of the paycheck. That was time and a half.
Yeah.
It was that 20 hours of the paycheck that was time and a half. Why? Because I worked 10 to 12 hours a day, and I worked half a day Saturday. All that overtime is what carried me through those years of barely being able, I was barely able to make it. That is why I was going to get a degree, so that I could have a better job that made me just as much cash without working 60 hours a week. You have to earn that. That is something you have to earn. That is something you have to fight for. That is something you have to work for. It is not gimme, 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 gimme. But what do I see when I look around? Gimme, 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 gimme. You remember that episode of Star Trek DS9 with the gimmies, where Cisco goes back and becomes Gabriel Bell with the shotgun. And, I'm taking this bitch over, and he's like the Hawk all over again. It's like, yeah, you brought back the Hawk.
That was a fabulous two-parter, wasn't it?
My name is Gabriel Bell. And you're like, damn.
You know what's funny? I think Cotton Ministries just said I'd listen to them talk politics all day rather than Trek, and here we are blending them both. I'm sorry.
Oh, did he? Did he really? Did he? That's funny. Okay, we'll get off the Trek. I'm just saying. It reminds me of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's true,
Yeah, because DJ Ronnie G. Clobby referred to the guy who helped X as Elon Musk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the head of a tech company. Yeah.
MB
Geek Spawn Girl, 25 hours a week, puss. I busted my ass from the time I was a kid, working 60 plus hours a week, needed the money for a family, so I busted my ass. That is why I'm 45 and retired.
Jesus Christ, man. Good for you. 45 and retired. And you know what? That's a very key. Yeah, I'm sorry. We had to go there. It's our last show of the year for ZeroHour. We had to get our last bit of Trek in there. Do you want to scold that?
MB Geek. Yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna scold that. Thank you, MB Geek, so very much for your $10 super chat. The support keeps the lights on in Valhalla, ladies and gentlemen. Your support keeps the lights on. It keeps us coming back week after week. Without you, there is no show. Thank you so very much, everyone, and thank you, MB Geek. This one is just for you, brother. Skull!
Spartans! What is your profession?
It's a very it's a very wonderful life. Squeaka just showed up. Oh my god.
Squeaka, what is up? Good morning, Squeaka. She said, I worked 2 jobs my whole life. Now I work a job that's got hours of 2 jobs. Just wish I got paid the overtime. But even then, I do it because I love my job. There's a reason why I come back and I do this show every morning. And if you don't think there are times where I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired and I don't want to get up, or blah, 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 or my foot's freaking bothering me and I don't want to get out of bed or something, you're crazy. There are times where I'm just like, ugh, I feel tired and I feel worn down. And people are like, well, just take the morning off. And I'm like, no, why? Because I've got something that I am dedicated to, that I am focused on, that I want to create.
Mm-hmm.
These are the best times of my day usually, is talking to you guys and hanging out and just talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm a yapper. I yap. That's what I do. I talk.
I am a yapper too.
Got a motor mouth.
Yep. You and me both.
This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There are things I do that are not fun. There's work that I do that is not fun. There are people that I've worked for that are not fun. There was a guy I worked for. You could never get anything right. No matter what you did, no matter what you said, no matter what you tried to do, nothing was ever right. You had to go back and redo it multiple times to make this sumbitch happy. And it could end up worse than it was when you started. And he'd be happy because the act of going back and doing it over again was what he wanted. That is a giant pain in the ass. I'm the fact that I'm going back into counseling. I am doing this. I'm working as a freelance editor. I've got 3 jobs and I'm happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
So, Squeak a Mouse gifted 10 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships. Thank you so very much, Squeaka. Spike Insanity got a membership. Anonymous Gamer got a membership. The Artist's Haven got a membership. Undead Ramen, what is up? Undead Ramen got a membership. Canadian Survivalist, you're going to need to be one here shortly. Got a membership. Andrew, 46 and 2, what is up, Andy? Deej Odyssey, what's up, Deej? Lisa got a membership. Lady Aaron D got a membership. And Max Headroom GPT. Your choice of beans, chicken, beep.
Love it.
You must try the special.
Canadian Survivalist. Would you happen to be Les Stroud? Where are my Les Stroud fans out there? Come on. That's true, Canadian.
And Squeaka says, thank you for being here. And Valhalla, Loki, thank you, Squeaka, for everything you do, for everything you're a part of. Thank you. All of you are so absolutely awesome. I work in temps that some call ridiculous. 106 degrees in the shade, and including one of the most dangerous jobs that people actually die on. Yes. There are dumbasses who fall off the ladders all the time. That either get seriously injured and are out of the workforce, or don't quite make it because they land on their head. Climbing ladders, hauling buckets, and sweating my ass off. I do it because I have to, not because I want to. This next gen is lazy. Absolutely.
Pretty sad.
Absolutely. I absolutely 40% say 25 hours or more in a day is too much.
Yeah.
Gifted 1 Loki's Mornings of Mischief membership from Dean Krantz. That went to FKHC 2005. Zombie Box Review. This is what I love about Loki, because he's not shy about sharing his thoughts. No matter how touchy the topic is, always keeping it real. I don't give a shit how touchy the topic is.
That's a big...
You want to come here and you want to work hard, talking about the visas and all that shit, come here and work hard. If you are working hard and someone says, that immigrant took my job, then work harder. Work harder. Show them you are more valuable and let somebody else go. If you come here and you want to be a part of this system and you want to pay your taxes and you want to live the American dream, I have absolutely no problem with anyone that wants to come over here and bust their ass to do it. Well, Loki, does that mean that the people that are giant blue-haired land whales sitting on the couch with their feet up that don't do anything, live off Medicaid, Medicare, Meta-dumbass, and all this other shit, should they not be? Opinions vary. opinions vary. If you are not going to contribute to the greatness that is, get the fuck out and leave. Because guess what? That's what all of those little movie stars, Ellen DeGeneres, little to the Democratic Party just did. They just left. Good. Stay gone.
Yep. You know,
Stay gone. If you don't want to make America better, get the fuck out.
What was that? What was that old saying that we all knew? If you're not part of the solution,
You're part of the
problem. Yeah. And you know, you see it all the time. You got people that they need to go hungry without a parachute. They will learn the value of work when their Wi-Fi, food, and shelter run out. You know, I'll tell you what, Mad Doctor, you've just taken away everything that they were going to use to fill the rest of the week after they work those dream 20 hours that they can't handle anymore, any less of. What are you going to do with all your time? You know what? This son of a bitch, I haven't gone out in a sunny day for 22 fucking years, ladies and gentlemen. Do I enjoy my job? No. I've had a couple of them over the years, but I do it because I have to. We have to survive. We have to be able to afford things for the slim hope of a dream that one day we can get something a little bit better.
And this is called a go-getter. If anybody doesn't get that, I confess mine doesn't have a standard job right now. But my kid is pulling a double major, is writing a book, 2 plays, and working as a colorist while still pulling top 10 in her class in 5.0. That's called a go-getter. Okay, that's someone that is working towards going out and getting it in the future. That I have no problem with. I'm not saying that students have to have a full-time job like I did, or a job where they work overtime or any other shit like that. If you can go to school and focus completely on your studies, go to school and focus completely on your studies. Come out of it and get a badass job and contribute to the society. That is what this is all about. Can you contribute to the country that you're a part of? Or are you going to ruin it like Tim Hortons in Canada? Is it going to come out smelling like a camel's ass? Like Tim Hortons?
Probably.
Are you going to go in? Are you going to clean it up? Are you going to make it great? Are you going to be proud of where you work? Because guess what? The pride, I haven't seen pride in a job in a long time. People are tired. People are worn out. People are fed up. How long has it been since you've seen someone or talked to someone that's like, man, I've got so much pride in my work. I can think of a handful that I know, and I know a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
I can think of a handful. We actually had one of those ladies in chat earlier.
I don't even know if I could count on one hand how many people. I mean, I know a lot of people that I work with that are dedicated. They do the best they can. They show up every day. They do what's expected of them, you know, but they don't expect extra handouts for doing what's expected of them. They're not into handouts. They're all about working. You know, you wanted a prime example of that. Order somewhere online or go up to a friggin' McDonald's. Also, secret cheat code for all you people in Canada who miss the old Tim Hortons. Go to McDonald's because they're serving the coffee that Tim Hortons stopped serving like 20 years ago. Anyway,
pride in Tim Hortons job. Come on, Loki, be realistic.
You used to. When you had bakers in there who enjoyed rolling that shit out and watching people just love the crap out of that because it was made by hand with people that loved doing that kind of thing. And now you don't see that. I mean, go ahead.
Before the pandemic happened, I was sitting at a Krispy Kreme. Yes, they actually have, stores. And I mean, the stuff that's coming out of this Krispy Kreme is all fresh. It's on a line. You can see the line through the glass. You can watch how the donuts are made and how they come around. And I'm sitting there and I got my coffee and I'm talking to this chick. And I'm having a donut. And I'm like, so you really like working here? And that's what she told me. I love working here. And she goes, yeah, I could see all these people every day. People are on vacations in the summer. They come in, they get fresh donuts. You get a fresh donut for free when the light's on. And almost right after she said that, the little light came on because the donuts were almost finished. And I was like, I'll take a free donut. And you could just sit there. You could sit there like a diner and get a free donut every hour and a half, whatever it was. and you could enjoy your visit. When the coup happened, I never saw her again, and there was this big giant rotund lady that manned the pit and was like, "You can't come in here without a mask. I can't serve you in the drive-thru without a mask." And the whole dynamic of the store changed overnight. And you know what? Anytime I drove by there, before I moved out of Branson, anytime I drove by there, that son of a bitch was like dead.
Mhm.
Why? Because nobody could go in and have that experience. And they didn't need someone that was pleasant to be around. All they needed was this crabby old musty bitch behind the counter that didn't want you in the store, that was nasty. Yeah, fresh out. Oh my dude, it was like almost like liquid sugar. Like he was knives melted in your mouth like a fresh M&M.
All aboard the SS Diabetes.
That's right. It's probably why I have diabetes, because I
Oh
did
my
shit
God.
like that.
But you know what happens when you go to places like that now? Look at places like Mickey D's. I don't know how many kiosks you guys have where you go and you place your order yourself now with all their ridiculously priced garbage and shit. You know, you go to places like that and you put in your order. You're basically doing everything yourself, and then it brings your price up. And then what's at the bottom there? Tip percentage.
Tip, always
Tip dollar amount. Okay, this may be a hot topic. What the fuck am I tipping for when I do all the shit myself?
It's standard now. So it's all standard now. It's
And
all
at what
standard.
Point?
The reason why you used to tip is because waitresses only made like a couple of bucks an hour. Okay, they survived on their tips. What does that mean? That means that they found the hottest they could job in town that would have a lot of people come in and out, and they worked for $2 or $3 an hour to make a lot more with tips.
Yeah.
If you go in to a ice cream shop and they make you an ice cream and they hand it to you and they expect a $3 tip, they can expect to kiss the crack of my ass. Yeah. It's just not happening. You made me an ice cream. That is your job. That is what you get paid for. You do not get paid waitress hours. You get paid however much, whatever minimum wage or whatever it is you make. Do not expect me to tip you $3 for taking a scooper and doing your job.
Yeah. And I think that's ridiculous, because you said, you know, it's standard practice. It's everywhere now. And at what point did we let that get out of control? At what point did that become par for the course and standard operating procedure? If I go somewhere, not that I even go to places like that, but if I went somewhere and I'm keying all that shit in myself, and then at the bottom they're asking for a tip, what the hell am I tipping you for? You're making minimum wage, which over here is damn near $20 friggin' an hour now. Excuse me, what am I tipping you for? For the people in the back cooking the food, making salary as well? For the people that are standing there just waiting to hand me a fucking tray for shit that I ordered myself? Excuse me, I'm not tipping you a goddamn thing. What was tipping for? Tipping was for showing gratitude for people that went above and beyond what was already expected of them. I'm not tipping anyone jack shit as a way of saying, congratulations for doing exactly what's expected of you. There's no way in hell I'm giving anyone money for that. No. And I know we kind of went off the rails, but that's, you know, it falls along the same line. Gimme. I'm not giving you shit that you did not work for and earn.
I laughed out loud at the tip jar at my dispensary. The weed guy never got tipped when it was illegal. I'm not tipping him now. That's right. Oh, here's a little extra for you, dude. What's that for? It's a tip. You know what I told him? You can have a tip. Tip of my...
Here's your tip. Stay in school.
Tip.
I got a tip for you. We're going to get
right.
demonetized.
The tip of mine. Squeaka Mouse with a $50 super chat. Holy shit. Squeaka says, gotta run, but have a super end to 2024 and may 2025 be amazing to you all. Thank all y'all for an incredible year. Thank you, Squeaka, for everything you do, for all the support you've shown, for who you are. I couldn't ask for a better friend. Thank you. This one is just for you, Squea. We're gonna give you a little toxic femininity. I've still got to work on Arwen's one with the Henry Cavill, but this will have to do. Skull. Let me tell you something, brother. Stay in school, eat your vitamins, and maybe one day you can be as big and have the 24-inch pythons. Oh my God, shut the fuck up, dude.
Only if you do as many steroids as I did, brother. Hang on, I can't do that today. But wow, so yeah, $50 tip there. I don't know, Loki. Do you deserve the $50 tip for sitting here and doing what's expected of you? Hey, you know what? That's funny though. Because I want you to tell me this. Sorry, wrong way. I'm used to being on the other side. When have I ever asked you for anything?
You asked me if Tiny Tim wasn't coming home this Christmas.
Tiny Tim's not coming home for Christmas. But you know what? This is
nothing like
this is.
When have I ever asked you for anything?
Exactly. Well, you asked me
to.
Yes, I know. See, we don't know what's going on.
For me, it's this way. For everyone else, it's that way.
I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Well, you asked me to do the show a couple weeks ago. That was it.
I did.
Boy, what a train wreck that was. But that's the thing. When Loki comes here and does his show 5 days a week, he's here because he wants to be here. You know, I don't mind filling in. I don't mind helping out because, you know, and Arwen and I were talking about this after the show last week, because for a lot of people like me who haven't seen the sunshine in 21, almost 22 fucking years, this is our social hour. This is what we do. Yeah, you're right. This is why Zero likes to sometimes ramble, because he doesn't talk to a lot of people. He doesn't go out anywhere. He doesn't date. He doesn't fuck MILFs and then jump through the window like other people. He doesn't do stuff like that. He's
just a vampire who never sees sunlight, hasn't seen sunlight in the last 22 years.
Yeah.
And
yeah. And you know what? That's the thing too, because I don't sit here and say, oh boy, you know, I'd really like to do the show with you tomorrow, and then maybe the next day, or how about you take the morning off and I'll run things for you? No, I don't do that, because I'm going to tell you what, because you touched on this a little while ago. See you later, Sausage Queen. You come here.
The Sausage Queen of Chicago.
I'm a very generous tipper to people who touch my food. That sounds interesting and very messy and somewhat stimulating. You come here and you do this show because you want to do it.
Yes.
You know? And
here's if nobody tipped, if nobody gave super chats, I'd still be here Monday through Friday. That's just the way it is.
Exactly.
And it'll probably continue that way either until I fall over and I don't have any more gas, or until I've accomplished what I set out to do.
Yeah.
Which was originally 10 years. 10 years of if I can do this for 10 years and retire and open a record store, that's exactly
that would be awesome.
I didn't even mean that to be dirty, Zero.
No, but I mean I'm being logical. The most logical solution. When you touch someone else's food, that's dirty. But anyway, you know what? But you're here because you want to be here. You're not out there e-begging. You're not doing anything like that. You know, because you mentioned, do you have some mornings where it's like, oh, I gotta get up, gotta do this, blah, 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 blah. You know what? Zero has mornings like that too. I honestly didn't know what was going to happen this morning. I thought this was going to be some firework explosive shit going on because, politics brings out bad and it makes everybody hate each other. No, you know what? We're not about that here. And I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. And I apologize for going a little bit over, but this is the last 0 hour of 2024. So I got to say my thing. I am not here because I want to be here. I am here. Bear with me. I am here for this guy And for every single one of you who show up, watch replays, hang out with us and chat, that is why I'm here. I'm not here for myself. I'm not here to take over. I'm not here to run things or do any of that shit. I don't even fucking ask Loki for tips. That's just stupid. I am here to hang out with my brother here, who I've known for God knows how long, and I'm here to see all of you. Do I have mornings where it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know if I can do this, but I come here and I do it because I want to help him. I want to see you people. I want to, engage with everyone because this is how I socialize a lot of the time. And that's why I hope our 2025 will be okay.
On that note, I want to end the show with this. $5 or £5 super chat from Zombie Box Review. ZBR, brother, I love you. He says, I also need to bounce. I'll never forget you being there for me when I needed a friend. Proud to call you my friend. I hope you have a great 2025. I hope you do too. I hope Cotton does. I hope that Grim does. I hope that Six does. I hope that Chris Persia does. All of you. Jill, K. Roberts, Memes, everybody, Vic, Darth Arlena, Jester. I'm hoping everybody has it because we need it. We need that great next year. We need some normalcy. And this stream has been about, they don't want you to have normalcy. They don't want you to remember what normal is. They don't want you to be able to breathe. They don't want you to relax. They want you to stay on edge and think that at any moment the whole fucking thing's going to go into the trash bin. They want you to think that the end is nigh. Why? Because it gives them power to go, we saved you. We pulled you back from the precipice. Trust us and only trust us and do what we tell you to do. We can't live our lives like that. We have to push forward. We have to grow. We have to grow as people. We have to grow as individuals. We have to grow as a country. Whether you're a Canadian country, a U.S. country, a Mexican country, that doesn't matter. Israel, it doesn't matter what it is. We have to grow as people. We have to keep growing and getting stronger. And if we're constantly on the back foot, if we're constantly on the verge of giving up, if we're constantly on the edge of nothing's ever going to work out, it never will. Stop listening to the legacy media. They're not in this to help you. They're not in this to inform you. They're in this to terrorize you. And they know what they're doing. And they are good at it. They've got a lot of people that believe them. Don't believe this shit. Trust the people you know. Trust the people that have your best interest at heart, not their own best interest at heart. And we're going to get out of here. Thank you, ZBR. We've got a skull just for you, brother. This one's just for you. Hopefully Mikey's watching and will remember this. Skull!
Funny man, senor.
Guys, be great, be excellent to each other. Always speak friend enter, and if I don't see you, happy 2025. Take care, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.